trans women getting pregnant is not as far off as you'd think. In the past 10 years, 50 babies have been born from a uterus transplant. How this works is a person with a damaged or missing uterus gets a new uterus. Then they get pregnant.
What about people with damaged brains? I'm gonna need you to look into what we do with them. Shit like this makes me like not want to be trans. I'm not kidding. It sounds like a crazy. Shit like this makes me not want to be trans. And sometimes if I'm just gonna be so real, I actually question like, okay, so am I trans? Am I trans or am I something like else?
I am disgusted.
And is it, you know, just my own sort of psychological desire to be disassociated from these creatures that causes me to think that way? Or is it that maybe I actually am objectively so different than these people that like I'm someone that can maybe be described as like a gender dysphoric person that like handled it in my own way or whatever? It's like, I guess the word trans fits for that, but like I just see no similarities between the way like my brain works with these people. And like I just wonder if a different word should be used. I mean, the word is crossdresser clearly, but like I have no control over how people are using the word trans anymore. And so it's almost like I need to just throw it out. And I hate that people have even like asked me this like hypothetical question, demented question. Would you have a uterus implant and get pregnant if you could, Blaire, if science gets there? No. You know that baby's coming out up if I were to do that. That baby is coming out up from the womb up. And just even the way that they disrespect women, like I swear to God, I am not trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho for women. As someone who is perceived as a woman in the world and is often, you know, experienced negative things for that, it is something that does, you know, strike a chord with me that like they refer to women as people with uteruses. That's just a woman, actually. It's not a person with a uterus, right? That's just a woman. It's more than just being an incubator for like children, the existence of being a woman. It's actually so much more than that. It's not a person with a uterus. It's not a front hole. It's not a whatever demented language you can think of. It's really none of those things. And I swear to God, have never related to this weird aspect of so many trans people that I see that they want to be a woman. I know it sounds so like, it's a bit abstract, right? And you kind of have to stick with me when I explain this, but it's not that like me being trans means that I ever wanted to be a woman. I know that sounds so contradictory because it's so antithetical towards like the talking points and like what trans is discussed as and described as, which is like a man who wants to be a woman. Actually, for me, it was just about living in a body I feel comfortable with and mitigating gender dysphoria as a medical condition. I was never under any impression or misconception that me transitioning would make me a woman. But never was there any part of me that was like, this will make me a biological woman. So the idea of like giving birth, it's like never on the table. And even if it is somewhere on the table, I mean, the selfishness of that baby's coming out up. And you know it.